everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a guide video. Loves of Battlerealm has just gone live, it's just dropped, and to be honest it's a very straightforward quest, but I still think it's worth doing a guide just in case there might be some informational champions not considered that could be really helpful against this if you're not finding this too satisfying. As I said, this is very straightforward. I decided to spice it up a little bit by not actually using any of those special, what are they called, things? That's them there. The Power of Love boosts, where they are meant to, whenever the defender triggers the indestructible from the head over heels, they are passively stunned for 4 seconds, only for use of the Lovers of Battlerealm 3-2. But yeah, as you can see, those are the objectives there. I haven't triggered off any or won any of them just yet. Most of the fights are pretty straightforward. You can use any combination of champions just as long as you go into a parry and a heavy attack by the end of it, if you aren't interested in doing any of the objectives. And look, you can do the objectives, you can get those special kind of boosts, but instead you could just go into a parry and then a heavy attack. Like the fact of Domino, the Incinerate synergy. You know, there's so many out there that have decent champions. If the champion has any buffs, then I'd say use Ronan. The same thing with Stark Spidey, L1. And not to mention Dr. Doom, so I'm probably going to be putting over the top of this particular section footage of utilizing Dr. Doom for that exact purpose. And I was enjoying it. Now I would say if you want to give yourself a nice little kind of cheeky extra bit of damage, is then to add Diablo or Annihilus to your team's heavy attacks and guaranteed critical hits. So it does mean that you're going to be doing a lot more damage to the enemy, and obviously guaranteeing the the overkill. To be honest, by doing just any kind of heavy attack and then off the top of a parry, you're going to be absolutely fine with just kind of smashing a good amount of damage. But it's that stun that you put the enemy in with Dr. Doom. So as you can see here, while charging a heavy attack, if the opponent within striking distance and suffering from a shock effects are removed and replaced with passive stun for 0.6 seconds. Which, look, let's face it, that's exactly what you need to do. It buys you some time, but also it just kind of completely blasts that particular thing. I wouldn't say nullifying it's a good thing. That's not ever good. I'm not sure if stagger works in some sort of conjunction to this because it is a buff of sorts. But yeah, I mean, that still very, very much works, and this is a good champion to do the old cheesing with. So if you've got a 4-star Dr. Doom, 5-star, 6-star, whatever, you'll probably be able to kind of absolutely smash through this regardless of the boosts or not. But anyone that doesn't, any champion that's got some sort of stun, especially like a Stark Spidey off the SP1, other champions are out there that do specific stuns off the back of SP1s, SP2s or whatever, are like your Ronans, so it could be a case you really utilize those champions to kind of blast through this right at the very end. Also, kicking off this particular fight, an Archangel is another option that can be relatively quite good. Toxic Rage, so when the champion gets a poison attack, if they've got a bleed effect on, then you're going to be neurotoxing him, and then that means that, look, you're going to be there with a stun. Not all the champions are going to be so easy to use the Archangel constantly against, but it's definitely an option. Also with Freezer Burn, it may be that you take in one of the type of immunities, I mean, I would say based on the way that interaction works with Freezer Burn, that maybe you might opt for kind of using a champion that's Incinerate immune as opposed to Cold Snap immune, because at the end of the day, just don't hit a blocked defender. Okay, this just boils down to choice, and even though I didn't have Dr. Doom available for this fight because he was on a map 6 duties, I would say that that would be a better option on this one because the power gain is quite intense. So it would be better to have a champion like Dr. Doom that can suppress a lot of the build up of power in this instance. But watch out, don't put to an SP3 for the love of God. And yeah, watch out for empowered immunity. So whenever the champion would receive a debuff they are immune to, they generate 33% of a bar of power. Now, you can opt for maybe Iceman and take the risk, but look, that SP3, as soon as it hits, I think it will bypass. Yeah, it will bypass that, so it's not going to work out in your favour. So power control may be the way to go. Yeah, you're going to take the bleed damage, but it's up to you. I used Iceman. If it's stupid and it works, it looks stupid, and you may go right, screw it, I'll just use a champion like Dr. Domino with a Incinerate synergy. Of course, but there are options there. Power control may be the best option to go for. So yeah, maybe even Magic with Limbo could be a good option, because at the end of the day, you're going to be ticking damage when it comes to bleed. But there's going to be several other champions out there. Oh, and Warlock. Warlock's pretty good for this fight as well. Okay, a little bit of a tricky one, and I would say that champions that kind of avoid the bleed and poison type aspect to this would maybe be better, potentially. Yeah, I would say like champions that are able to do like quick SP1s, maybe ramping up damage. I like Stark Spidey because you're able to build up the poison and smash through. I didn't use that for this fight, but there are various options out there. Class Advantage may be your way of kind of like going at that, and you could be like, right, well, I'll use something like Beardo, who's able to smash in a good amount of damage, especially off that SP2, kinetically charge him up, and then boom, away. You know, you've got Void, you've got like so many different and various champions to take this down. I would probably say the only thing to watch out for would be the unblockable finale. So champions that are able to do a huge amount of damage between the 25% and down would be better options for this. And you could go Blade, you could go with the Trinity that involves Mystic Champions. So that could be an option as well to pair up with the likes of Mephisto or Dormammu. It could be a good option for that. Next up and on to Sentinel. This is easy cheesy with the likes of Ronan. So Resistor is the thing for the cheese because there's physical resistance buff and it's energy resistance buff. Utilizing the very delightful Ronan to smash down this enemy very easy. If you've got one, then you know what I mean. 3-star version may even be usable for this, and I think that would probably be like, it might be difficult to do that, but I'm sure people will. Also consider champions that interact well with buffs, maybe even, and regardless of the energy resistance, using a champion like Morningstar, smash off that SP2, and you'll be able to punish so many of those buffs currently up. And as well, any champion that could well, nullify those buffs could be a good option. There's various, but I like the fact there's a little bit of cheese now and again. Ronan, Morningstar, lovely jubbly. Moving now on to Domino, and nothing really to worry about. I would probably say intercept game may be the way to go. Watch out for evades. Watch out if you get unlucky on you, because if you're going to get a special hit at you, you're going to largely eat said special. So make sure you eat it to the block. I don't know, I'm thinking about Captain America Beardo for this fight. But there are so many others. I tried first off with Colossus and then was like made a complete hash of it. And then when I used Domino on Domino, I found that was like the better option. Even managing to get off a few parries here or there. But do watch out, your parries might not always land. Role reversal, I'm not sure people take this too seriously. And I would find myself using Stark Spidey from time to time because I like using Stark Spidey. It's got that power draining off the SP1. Off the heavy attack, the SP1's got the stun, and that's really what you could use with this. But yeah, you could use your Archangel, you could use anything that I've got there in the left hand corner, except really for like Ronan and maybe like Blade and stuff. But it's role reversal, so you know, things do apply. So any really champion could be good for this. If you're familiar with Domino, then you'll know how to fight this in particular quite well. But also watch out, and I would probably say this is maybe a good time to look out for your power of love, and obviously use that boost accordingly. And now onto the final fight, which is just a big heart. Well done, Kabam. Nice little touch of detail there. Very straightforward. Watch out for Limber. Watch out for EMP modification. I would say champions that are immune to that would be quite good. Or ones that are overly powered by that. Now, I didn't consider my Cat Marvel movie for this, especially if EMP modification is somewhere to go with it. And yeah, it would be a good option, especially with the blockable when she goes into binary mode. So that would be a cool option. Cat Marvel movie going into this one, the more that I think about it. And as well, off the SP2, going straight into a stun. Stun, heavy attack, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And that's really what you could do with it. I did try some other options, like I used Dr. Doom to clear a lot of the health and then like messed up that fight. It's class advantage to class disadvantage. But again, that's just like how it rolls. Using that passive stun, I think undermines the whole aspect of Limber. But I could be wrong there. Now, I'm pretty certain my Limber ran out, and then it was a case that I could still do my passive stun. So that was something that I could still use, and that's what I've been trying to using a bit of that with Dr. Doom. But I think there are better options for taking down this champion, like indeed Cat Marvel movie for this. But yeah, there are ones you could use. Other ones, Blade with the villain synergy, bring the health down of the champion. Then maybe go into an SP3. Don't try and put off any kind of parry until then, but then go into an SP3, hit off the stun off the SP3, and then you're able to get that perma stun going, and then obviously, not perma stun, but you're able to kind of go into a heavy attack after you've applied the SP3. But many other champions that do off the back of like special attacks, stuns could be very effective, especially when Limber's involved. just don't use your limber quite so much. And maybe champions that do unblockable specials or unblockable at some kind of stage would be advantageous for this, especially going to yourself, right, well, he gets limber, so I need to get myself some sort of way of going through his very annoying auto block. So champions, again, the kind of interwork around not nullifying, but stopping auto block would be good options as well. Also, I don't want to sleep on a few other good champions to pick out from, and obviously just a quick mention of stunning champions that could be quite helpful for this situation, and that's obviously got to be Hyperion. Hyperion does have the ability to put in some stuns, I think off the SP2, and so yeah, you could do SP2 and then go into a heavy attack straight after, so that could be an option. With a quick build to power could be effective. Also, something to mention is true accuracy. True accuracy is something to not sleep on as well. So I know that Nighthrasher has this. So skateboard attacks have true accuracy, ignoring all evade and auto block effects. Also take it with a pinch of salt, but I think that Archangel's neurotoxins have a way of interacting. Also, I believe there's something with Cable that has some kind of interaction as well with true accuracy. Also, off of Cable's SP3, you get true accuracy as well. Also, off of the special 3 of Cable, you get True Strike, which helps out with this as well. Venom, I think, is another option that's got True Strike. Proxima Midnight's got it as well. And Killmonger can do some damage with this. There we have it. That's been pretty fun. I'm probably going to do tonight's stream and kind of grind through the rest of this, as I feel that it's very straightforward. It's quite fun. You can do this with the boost, or you can have a challenge and do it without the boost. It's completely up to you. And obviously, I do welcome anybody that is struggling to look to the comment section, and people that have done it and think that they know their stuff. Put in the comment section who you used. Obviously, you may have used different champions than I've used and got better results, but I kind of feel that yeah, I've got a good handle on the champions to use. It's the usual ones, isn't it? Archangel, Domino with the Incinerate synergy, and then well, that's it, isn't it? You know, those are the ones that do like stuns, but Hyperion's a good example as well. Either way, put it down in the comment section who you used. Oh yeah, if you're interested with the crystal opening, it'll either be tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to hash out a lot of these objectives and also make like the video a little bit more tastier to watch. Unless I might just do the rarer things and just kind of like do that. I'll make a decision at some point tomorrow or maybe Friday. Thank you very much for watching. There we have it. That has been the video. Hopefully you got well informed. If you weren't well informed about this event, I think you can do it with 4 stars pretty well. But obviously I use 5 stars to just quickly get through it as quickly as possible to obviously put this video together. Thank you for watching. Check out some other content there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now. Oh, the supporting links are here as well. Bye.